Today I'm gonna walk you through one of my biggest Pokemon failures of all time. Now, I've been collecting Pokemon ever since I was a youngling, okay? You know, Pokemon has been a part of my life since kindergarten. I think kindergarten was the first time I was ever introduced to Pokemon. I remember the first time I played it, I played Pokemon Red or something. I had literally no idea what I was doing. I was literally just mashing buttons until, for Christmas, I got my very own Game Boy, this exact one, and my very own copy of Pokemon Fire Red, this exact one. I still have my original setup. It's pretty cool to be able to say that. You know, I got these when they were brand new. I've literally kept them safe since then. As soon as I chose that Squirtle as my starting Pokemon, I was hooked. I knew, like, okay, Pokemon is with me for the rest of my life. Like, this was incredible. So obviously I went from the games, I started collecting the cards. I had hundreds and hundreds of Pokemon cards, and you know, over the years I collected this, and this, and I started going a little overboard. My goal was to literally collect every single Pokemon card. Well, how did that go? Well, I remember one day I was scrolling the internet, the depths of the internet. I don't know how I got here, but I came across a store in Australia that was selling Pokemon cards. I scrolled through their site and I found something that really caught me off guard. I'm just gonna interrupt here really quick. Make sure you leave a comment down below and like and subscribe for my 10 video subscriber giveaway. I'm gonna be giving away so many things. Check the card up here because it will tell you all of the details. It will take you back to the video that I have all of the details on, so make sure you click. Make sure you check it out. Make sure you like, subscribe. Make sure you leave a comment because leaving comments are how I find you and let you be the winner. Make sure, you know what? For this one, I want you guys to leave a very constructive comment. Let me know something that I can do better. Let me know that I'm doing already great. Let me know what I can do to improve my channel. That is how you're gonna be entering the video for today's giveaway. Now, back to the video. I found a sealed EX Power Keepers booster box. Now, to put that into perspective, that box is now worth over $20,000. And I found it in a random Australian store for $100. As one does, as soon as that box showed up, I ripped it opened the cards. I got a couple EX cards, and you know what? They went into my collection. As soon as I started filling that binder with completed cards, you know, like, hey, I pulled all the commons for EX Power Keepers. Put them in. Look, I pulled all of the uncommons. Put them in. I pulled all of the rares. Put them in. It felt incredible. It was truly such a feeling. I had half of the EX cards. I had half of the rares. So after that, I went online, type, bought the rest. I bought the rest of the EX cards. I bought the Gold Star, Flareon, Jolteon, Vaporeon, the rest of the EX cards. I filled that binder, and just like that, I had my first ever completed Pokemon card set. And that just put something into my soul where I knew completing Pokemon sets was my thing. So after that, I started scouring Troll and Toad. Wherever you could buy Pokemon cards, I was on that website buying Pokemon cards. I started off with base set, complete. Base set 2, complete. Jungle, complete. Fossil, complete. Every single base set, the first original 6, I had completed. And then I figured, hey, guess what? I already have an EX Power Keepers binder completed. Why not start in the Gen 3 era, work on all those cards? I did exactly that. I started buying all those EX cards. I started finding gold stars for good prices. I bought a gold star Charizard. Wait, I didn't buy it. My grandma actually gave me a Sega Genesis that she was keeping all boxed up. I traded a Sega Genesis that was kind of crappy for a Gold Star Charizard. 1-for-1, baby. 1-for-1. I got a Gold Star Entei. I got a Gold Star, like so many. It hurts me to say this because the story's just starting. So at that time, the X and Y era was the era that was out. So not only was I buying these cards online, I was also going to the store and buying these packs, opening them up, pulling full arts, pulling secret rares, pulling EXs, completing those binders. Now, you know, as one does, I started growing up. You know what? Hey, man, you're 18 years old. You're gonna be moving out of your house soon. Why are you collecting Pokemon cards? You know, I'm working as a firefighter. I'm a big manly man. I'm working as a firefighter. Oh yeah, who needs Pokemon cards? Am I right? If you ever have that train of thought, ignore it. Don't give into it, please, for my sake. I started messaging some local card stores like, hey, I have a bunch of Pokemon cards. Would you be interested in buying them? Yeah, you know, everyone. Yeah, come on down, bring your cards. Let's see what you got. First store I go to, the guy looks at me and says, dude, I can't afford this. This is too much money. You take your cards somewhere else. I can't buy these. I go to the next store. Dude, listen, you have great cards here. I'll offer you $1,000, which was a joke. Even at the time, that was a joke, my guy. I had a Gold Star Charizard and this guy's offering me $1,000. Get out of my face. Get out of my face. So I left there. Last store. I go to the guy, and this is the store. Hey, buddy, I have this tote of Pokemon cards. 2 totes, actually. 2 totes. Would you be interested? So buddy says, hey, you know what? I can't actually afford these, but I know someone that can. And he pulls out his phone, which in my case is a Game Boy. Pulls out his phone. Hey, I have a Gold Star Charizard here in the shop. No, listen, I don't care that you're at work. I have a Gold Star Charizard in the shop. Hangs up his phone. 10 minutes later, this guy shows up and he's rifling through my binders. He's like, what do you want for this? You know, I have the numbers that I want. At the time, fair market value would have been about $3,000 for the whole set, which, looking back on it, $3,000 for those cards. But at the time, that's what those cards were worth. Fair enough, right? Fair enough. I needed the money. I was buying a house, the house that I am living in right now. I bought it because I got to sell these Pokemon cards. So is it really that bad? Yes, it is. The guy went through my cards and he offered me $2,500 for half of the card. Half of the cards, $2,500. He took all the gold stars, he took all my completed sets, all my base set stuff. The only thing he left me with was the Diamond and Pearl era and the X and Y era. Oh yeah, I just remembered too, I had a bunch of black and white shinies too. Like a bunch. I had that Plasma Storm Charizard. I had the Rayquaza. I had the shiny Virizion. It's now been about 5 years since I sold those cards, and I decided to reach out to that guy to see what he had to say about everything. So I'm gonna blur whatever I can here for privacy's sake, but hey, let's check it out. So I said, hey, you probably don't remember who I am, but I sold you the Gold Star Charizard plus much more a couple years ago back. I'm curious what you still have from that sale, if anything. He says, lol, hey, I remember you. I have the most of the big cards still, and I ended up grading most of them. They're in the vault now. So first off, we're off to a terrible start. He got those cards graded. He got them graded, man. So that's just fantastic. So let's see what he says. The first thing that he says, the Gold Star Zard got a PSA 7. The PSA Charizard got a PSA 7, which he says, yeah, that pretty much covered the entire purchase, which, yep, Yep. The Gold Star Charizard would indeed, at the PSA 7, cover that entire purchase. $2,500, remember? So then I go down and I say, hey, that's great, man, that's great. Oh, and then, so before he answers the evolutions, he says that other Zard was an 8, which is the Plasma Storm Shiny Charizard. So that got a PSA 8. Wonder how much that goes for. So before we get to that Charizard, let's check out a PSA 7. So look at this. This guy accepted an offer for a little less than 3,200. This guy accepted a little offer, a little less than 34. BGS 2,400. Yeah, great. Hey, great. Let's check out the Plasma Storm. And this card for a PSA 8, 1,200, 700, 1,000, 700, 700. That's just great. Just great. Hey, just great. I made a great deal so far, guys. Oh, and then we go down and he says, was it your collection that had some of those old EXs? And I said, yes it was. And he says, oh, I sent a bunch of those grading last year and haven't gotten them back yet. But he hasn't gotten them back yet, so I don't know those grades. Don't know those grades yet. But let's see. I'll keep going down. He says the Gold Star Entei got a PSA 9. The Gold Star Entei got a PSA 9. Let's see how much that goes for, yeah? So a PSA 9 Gold Star Entei. This one just sold for $1? What? Okay, non-important. This one sold 1,300, 1,100, 500, 1,600 for the 3, 400. This is just fantastic. I love reminiscing about this. Basically, I go through the whole conversation. He never actually confirmed what the evolutions got in PSA, but it doesn't, at this point, it doesn't really matter because I lost so much money on that sale that it's not really, I don't want to know what those EVs got graded, you know? That's just so sad. That was not only my childhood Pokemon card collection, but I sold it just for $2,500, which didn't even cover 1/4 of the down payment on my house. And the grades that he got on all of those cards basically quadrupled in value just off of the Charizard. All of that being said, that is easily the biggest mistake that I have ever made collecting Pokemon cards. So I just wanted to share that story to let you guys know that when you feel like, hey, I'm getting too old for Pokemon cards, I don't need to collect Pokemon stuff anymore, don't sell them, man. Keep your stuff. Keep it. One day you're gonna look back and be like, I wish I didn't sell it, even if it's not for the money. Like, look at me now. Imagine if I didn't have all this Pokemon stuff. I don't know what I'd be doing with my life. Like, this gives me so much joy and so much happiness. And to sit down here and record videos for you fine people, it makes me happy. And I truly hope that you guys keep your card collections, keep them sealed, keep them nice and clean, because one day you are going to want them back. You just are. And even if you don't, 10 years down the road, you can sell those boys for some big, big bucks. So keep them. Keep your Pokemon cards. All that being said, I really hope you guys liked the video. Make sure you leave a comment down below to enter my 10 video subscriber giveaway. Make sure you leave a like. Make sure you subscribe. I will catch you in the next video.